He once said that songs come to him like little truth bombs, exploding quietly in the hearts of those who listen. Todd Snider wasn't just a singer. He was a storyteller who turned everyday life, heartbreak, humor, politics, and pain into songs that felt like conversations with a wise, funny friend. Todd Daniel Snider was born on October 11, 1966, in Portland, Oregon, and grew up in Beaverton. From a young age, he showed a strong inclination toward words, music, and storytelling. After high school, he briefly attended Santa Rosa Junior College in California, where he learned to play harmonica. But college wasn't a long-term plan for him. With a passion for songwriting awakening, he moved to San Marcos, Texas, with help from his brother, and it was here that his musical journey truly began. In Texas, Todd saw a life-changing show, Jerry Jeff Walker performing at Gruene Hall, a legendary venue. After that night, he knew he wanted to be a songwriter. He started writing songs regularly, learning his craft, and slowly building his voice. As he developed as a musician, he moved to Nashville, Tennessee, where he immersed himself in the songwriter community. Nashville gave Todd the stage, the nights of songwriting, the long road stories, and the connection with other artists who believed in the power of song. Todd released his first major album, Songs for the Daily Planet, in 1994. That debut was a defining moment. It showcased his talent for storytelling, humor, and honest reflections on life. In his early work, you could already hear a blend of folk, rock, and country, a sound that would become one of his signatures. Over the next few years, he continued recording and performing, building a steady reputation for being more than just a singer. He was a modern troubadour. By 1996, his follow-up, Step Right Up, had arrived. Todd's songs didn't try to fit neatly into genre categories. He wrote about everyday life, about small moments and big ideas, about drinking, traveling, regret, and hope. He had a way of connecting with his listeners, as though he was telling stories around a campfire in someone's living room. His lyrics were never forced. They came from lived experience. Sometime after his stint with a major label, Todd decided to go more independent. He signed with John Prine's Oh Boy Records. Prine, himself a legendary songwriter, was a mentor figure, and through his label, Todd found a home where his unique style could thrive without the pressure of mainstream commercial expectations. During this period, he released several albums including New Connection, 2002, and Near Truths and Hotel Rooms. His 2004 album, East Nashville Skyline, is often cited as one of his most important works. That album showed his maturity as a songwriter, his empathy, and his ability to use humor and pathos side by side. Over his long career, Todd Snider blended many musical influences: folk, alternative country, blues, rock, even funk. He was not just a performer, but a storyteller. Every song felt like a conversation, a memory, or a moment of reflection. His audience loved him because he was honest, warm, and never tried to hide his flaws. In 2013, Todd co-founded the supergroup Hard-Working Americans, which included Dave Schools, Neil Casal, Chad Staley, Dwayne Trucks, and later other musicians. This band allowed him to explore a different side of his music: more rock, more jams, more collaboration. Their debut album came out in 2014 and included covers of songs by songwriters Todd deeply respected. The supergroup stood as a testament to his versatility and his respect for the craft of songwriting, not just his own, but that of others. Todd's personal life came with real challenges. He was open about his health. In October 2025, in an interview, he revealed he was suffering from spinal stenosis. This degenerative condition had caused him chronic pain, making touring more difficult and life on the road more exhausting. He admitted that the pain was a long-standing issue and that he was trying to make peace with it. In the same interview, he hinted that his upcoming tour, his High Lonesome and Then Some tour, might be his last in a full traditional sense. He said he wanted to make it a celebration of his career, a way to say thank you to his fans, and also to give himself permission to slow things down, perhaps moving to a one-show-at-a-time model. But fate intervened. In early November 2025, while on tour, Todd was allegedly assaulted outside his hotel in Salt Lake City. His team issued a statement saying he had sustained severe injuries and that he would not be able to perform for an undetermined amount of time. The very next day, reports came in that he was arrested at Holy Cross Hospital in Salt Lake City. Authorities said he refused to leave, became agitated, and threatened staff. According to news outlets, he was booked on charges including disorderly conduct and trespassing. Shortly after this incident, the remainder of his tour was canceled. His team explained that he needed to focus on recovery. Sadly, his condition worsened. He was diagnosed with pneumonia at a hospital in Hendersonville, Tennessee. The pneumonia, combined with his other health struggles, became serious. On November 14, 2025, Todd Snider passed away. His death prompted an outpouring of grief and tributes across the music world. His label described him as a folk hero, a poet of the world, someone who could distill life into simple but powerful phrases. Fans, friends, and fellow musicians remembered his warmth, his humor, and his insight, the way he could make you feel seen through song. Throughout his career, Todd often cited his musical heroes: John Prine, Guy Clark, Chris Christopherson, and Jerry Jeff Walker. These influences were not only musical but deeply personal to him. He studied their work, modeled his craft in conversation with theirs, and in some cases built friendships and mentorships. He carried their lessons forward into his own style, bringing a mix of humor, melancholy, and grounded storytelling. His songwriting covered a wide range of human experience: the ordinary and the absurd, the joyful and the painful. He wrote about life on the road, love lost and found, the pressures of aging, and the small comforts that matter. Songs like All Right Guy, I Can't Complain, and Beer Run became fan favorites because you could hear pieces of your own life in them, turned through Todd's wry, gentle perspective. Beyond records and concerts, Todd's legacy rests on the way he connected with people. His live shows weren't just musical performances, they were storytelling sessions. He would talk between songs, share personal reflections, crack jokes, and treat the audience like friends. That's part of why he had such a devoted following. Many fans said his concerts felt like being part of a conversation, not just a show. He also gave back to the music community. By forming hardworking Americans, he created a space for collaboration, for celebrating other writers, and for blending styles. He didn't just build his own career, he helped build a musical family. That spirit of respect, generosity, and creative curiosity was central to who he was. In his final years, despite pain and aging, Todd kept creating. In 2021, he released First Agnostic Church of Hope and Wonder on his own label, Aimless Records. This album represented his lifelong commitment to making music on his own terms, honest, heartfelt, and unafraid to explore both personal doubts and wider themes of belief, belonging, and connection. His death left a deep void in the Americana, folk, and alt-country communities. But even in his absence, his work continues to speak. His songs are still listened to, his lyrics still shared, and his voice remembered. For many, he wasn't just a singer-songwriter, he was a guide, a commentator, and a friend through his music. Looking at his life as a whole, you see someone who never stopped writing, who never stopped feeling, and who used music to make sense of a messy world. He faced real challenges: health, touring, personal loss, and sometimes those challenges weighed on him deeply. But he translated them into art, not bitterness. He used humor, empathy, and plain-spoken honesty to tell stories that mattered. His influence reached beyond his own fans. Musicians who listened to Todd saw in him a model of integrity. Write what you mean, don't sell out your voice, and respect the people who taught you. He wasn't flashy in the way some rock stars are. He didn't chase trends. He stayed true to himself, and that made him powerful. In remembering Todd Snider, people remember a troubadour, a poet, a kind soul who sang about real life. They remember late nights, smoky club rooms, and songs that felt like letters to friends. They remember a man who laughed, cried, and carried both joy and pain in his music. Todd may be gone, but his stories live on. His melody lines still drift through speakers, His lyrics still hang in memory, and his spirit lives in every song he shared. As his fans play his records, attend tribute shows, or quote his words, they keep his legacy alive. Todd Snider's life reminds us that even in hardship, through honesty and art, we can find connection and meaning. And maybe, just maybe, a little peace.